Hey, it's Ryan. Ryan's back. Um, as promised, here's part two, or the second part of the entire test. If you watched the last video, I did, uh, a test between the DC33 and the Hoover WindTunnel 2 Pet Rewind, or WindTunnel 2 Rewind Pet, whatever the hell it's called. Um, I did a test where I vacuumed over the carpet with the Hoover first, and then went over to Dyson. It wasn't to try to prove which one's more superior to the other, um, but instead whether how much each picks up. Whether to see, just as an experiment to see how well each vacuum does. In the first test, we saw the Hoover WindTunnel 2 Rewind did a pretty good job with picking up dirt from the carpets, dust and everything. Because when I was with the Dyson didn't pick up much. So that tells me that WindTunnel 2 does a very good job. And so now we're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to run over the carpet with the Dyson first. And then we'll run over with the Hoover. Because I want to see, because I'm sure my Dyson does very well, just as well as the Hoover does. But I just want to see, do the little experiment, so to speak, to see how well the Dyson can do. So basically, you got a $300 or close to $400 vacuum, or currently it's sold at Walmart $349.99, so about $350. Basically between $300 and $400. Vacuum versus a vacuum you could probably buy for $100, $120, $150, something like that. I don't know. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm going to unplug this. Plug it in over here. And so that way, this has actually a nice 35-foot cord, so I'm able to plug it into the bathroom, and I can reach everywhere in the house. But like as I did before, I'm going to vacuum the living room, here, the kitchen area, this carpet here, this bit here, all the way hallway here, and then my room, as it was shown in the last test. And so that way it's fair. That way we're not missing anything. So that way the test is fair. Go with the Dyson first, and then with the Hoover. If you can see, the bin is empty. I cleaned this out just before I started doing the test, so that way it is fair. And so that way test is fair. And same thing for the Hoover. I wiped it down. Wiped down the inside. Cyclone filter. Everything, So here's the Dyson. I'm going to run it through. You can see how well it does. I kind of like how my iPhone is nice and clear. Has a nice clear, video quality and sound quality. You know, almost like the Android phone I have right now, the Samsung Galaxy Ace style. Almost. Not the Galaxy Prevail. The Galaxy Prevail sucked. I mean, for a Galaxy Prevail, it was my first smartphone. But, as you can see in a lot of the videos that I made with it, video quality was definitely not the greatest. Because basically it looked like I was recording with a potato. It also made something seem louder than it is. Just having the cord out of the way. Oops, sorry. Sorry, trying to get the cord out of the way. I guess in case if anybody was wondering, how many amps this Dyson has, it has 11 amps. 1 amp short of the maximum amount of current amperage that a vacuum can use. But amperage really doesn't matter in vacuuming, in a vacuum, or its performance. Despite what manufacturers might try to tell you, or despite marketing crap they did in the 90s, showing off amperage, amperage is definitely not the big, not as big of a thing as they make it out to be. There we go. There's the Dyson. Like I was saying, amperage is not as big of a thing, as some vacuum manufacturers try to make it out to be. If you remember in the 1990s, there was this thing, huge hype from vacuum manufacturers over amps. They would gradually increase the amperage of their vacuums, and they'd post the amperage on their vacuums, to boast about it, Bissell did it, Eureka, I know Eureka did it, if you see some of the old some of the ads from Eureka, like on YouTube and the commercials, I think the Hoover man has a bunch of them, videos. They'll say like this vacuum has 8 big amps or 7 raw amps of power. There used to be there's a snapshot of an ad, a magazine ad. I think it was from Eureka, and I think it said, if amps were horsepower, this would be a sports car. That was referring to their Powerline Gold vacuum. You know, yeah, that's what they said. If amps were horsepower, I think this would be a sports car. Which was suggesting that the more amps, you know, and even I think Bissell or Singer had a vacuum called the Power Amp, in which basically suggested more amps equal more cleaning power. Which isn't the case, because I'm sure there are vacuums such as a Kirby, and I'm sure many Kirby fans can attribute to this. There are cases where a Kirby vacuum could absolutely wipe the floor with a 12 amp vacuum. You know, could outperform a 12 amp upright. It could be a Bissell Power Force. It could be anything. Could be this. Could be this machine. And most of the time they, Kirby, like for example, like saying Kirby does a very good job in cleaning carpets, deep cleans carpets. Let me put this down so I can pull the score back. They can clean carpets very well, and I think they only use, 7 amps, 8 amps at least, maybe 6, 7 amps. There's even older uprights, older traditional style units, from Eureka, that use 5 amps, 6 amps, 7 amps, something like that. 8 amps, or max 8 amps, which isn't much, considering these vacuums like this one here uses 12 amps. There's even sanitaires, that, really good clean sanitaires, traditional style units that, can absolutely agitate carpets very well and, do a very good job of cleaning carpets. And they don't even use 12 amps. They use, at max 7, 8 amps. So I got the Hoover set up. The bin is empty. Everything is ready. We're going to run over the same carpet again. This part. That part. That corner there, or spot there, and the hallway and my bedroom with the Hoover. And then I'm going to take 2 sheets of paper towel, put them on the carpet, and then I'll empty each vacuum and see how well each one does. So, here we go. Carpet height setting is at the same height as setting number 2. This is a low power carpet, but it's not low power enough to be set to number 1. Number 1 says hard floor. But let's get real, you're not going to be using this on, most people probably wouldn't use this on hard floors due to the fact that the vacuum doesn't have a shut-off switch for their brush roll. If they did, I have to see why, but this one doesn't. Number 1 says hard floor. Although if you want to make that really deep, low power carpet like Berber or even commercial type carpet, commercial carpeting, you could set it to number 1. Let me get the cord out of the way again. Like I said, this is one of those vacuums you find at the Walmart. But it's not bad. You know, I know a lot of people, when they buy a vacuum, they want a vacuum that is going to do the job right. You know, that isn't going to half-ass. They want something that's going to get the deep down dirt, get, you know, sniff the amount of dirt out of the carpets, because they want the carpets to last longer. You know, I'm out of my rope. I keep forgetting I'm at the end of my rope when I plug in there. I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that plug there. This will only go this far. There we go. Move this out of the way. So there we go. There's the both carpets, you know, both vacuums have vacuumed this carpet. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a paper towel, 2 paper towels. One for the Dyson, one for the Hoover. We'll put it here. So here's the dust from the Hoover. Let me dust from the Hoover. Now let me put my phone down.
It takes it all the way back to high school. You know, start talking to boys and they want to talk to us. So
I'm trying to get as much dirt as I can.
Oh, so you chicken, huh? I don't need it. Boy, please. Can I walk away from him? Bye. I'm about to go to him.
I'm trying to.
Why you walk away from him? Because he said something I didn't like. Yeah. To give me 20 minutes of... No, Yeah. What? Right. Nothing. What? You did something about before.
Okay. So basically, here's the carpet from the Hoover. Here's thing for the Dyson.
We should just chill out, figure something out for tomorrow or something. Nice to meet you.
So basically, I say again, both did pull a significant amount of dirt from the carpet. I'm not sure. Not sure what happened the first time. Like the first test, he didn't, like, you saw, I guess, quite a bit from the carpet then, and then like the first test, the Hoover picked up more than Dyson. Or Dyson pick up that much. But here we see both vacuums pull up a significant amount of dirt from the carpet. I think you can see here is a little bit. I think this has a little bit more of the hairs, but you can still see there's still the gritty. It feels gritty. Gritty substance here. A lot of dust, a lot of dust here. Some hair. So I'd say both did a very good job in cleaning. Both the Dyson and the Hoover did pick up quite a bit. Did pick up, from the carpet. I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna say Dyson picked up more. You can see here, like, here's some hair here, and then we got hair over here, which looks to be a bit more.
And you've never seen her like this. You guys were adults. You knew exactly how you wanted to raise your child. Did you want to raise it with cameras or not?
They didn't know it was gonna go as far like we did.
Team
Premieres Monday, March 23rd at 10.
And you can see as I spread this around, this seemed to pick up a lot more of the dust. Seems like here there's a bit more of a dust sort of situation. And here it feels a bit more gritty. I'm sure there's some dust there, but I'm not sure if it's just a lot of grit. It could be also rock salt and everything, but
If you can clear a table without lifting a finger.
So this is, well, Hoover was second. I think, yeah, this was the Hoover, and this was the Dyson. And so I think what happened was the Dyson picked up the majority of the, there's some surface stuff in there, so it picked up a lot more of some surface grit
Some people are married to the idea
and everything. Or, dirt and maybe some grit, I'm not sure. Maybe some remnants of rock salt, something like that. And then the Hoover came over, and it managed to pick up its share too. It also picked up some dust and everything here. So both vacuums did pretty good. I'm sure, like, if I went over the Dyson and emptied it and then tried it with another Dyson, I'm sure it'd still be picking up more dirt. So the carpet's decently clean. But you can see there. You can see there, each vacuum picked up a significant amount of dirt. Both machines did. So I think both machines are worthy to buy. I think it just depends on what's your budget. If you're able to spend a little bit extra money, you can get this. If you're looking on if you have a bit of a budget and you can't spend a whole lot and you're just looking for a vacuum to clean pretty well, this Hoover is a great choice because it does get deep down. It does pick up dirt very well. Getting that WindTunnel 2 technology, 2 channels of suction. It claims there's WindTunnel 2 and then there's WindTunnel 3. I think your standard WindTunnels I think the original WindTunnels had 3 channels. This one has 2. Not sure why, maybe they got rid of the third channel, on this one to eliminate the whole fluff thing, blocking the third channel. But then you have this. The Dyson is great. If you're looking to spend a little bit extra money, if you also got stairs to clean, if you want to clean stairs, this is a great option too. Because this one has a longer cord. If you're looking for something with a longer cord, if it has a longer hose, you're able to get upstairs and everything reach all over the place. And plus, this vacuum is decent if you have bare floors. You can use this on bare floors as well. And plus, you don't have to buy a belt for it. The clutch system is based that way. The belt lasts a lot longer than a belt in the Hoover, because the Hoover uses traditional belt drive system, where it uses standard rubber vacuum belt, which will stretch and over time will need to be replaced. And the Dyson shouldn't have to be replaced. Hopefully clutch will never have to be replaced. Hopefully not. But if it did eventually, you could take it to a Dyson service center or an authorized Dyson dealer and they can switch it out for you. But usually the belt should last a pretty long time. Several years at least. So that was the test, and so I'm going to be signing off here. I'm going to get some breakfast and join up with my best friend Andrew, play some Warframe. Awesome game, by the way. I had the Rhino Warframe, the Brock Lesnar Warframes. So yeah, I'm going to be playing that, and until then, this is Ryan Summon 1 signing off. Please feel free to rate, comment, subscribe, if you like it, give it a thumbs up, I'll try to do more videos, vacuum videos, whatever I can. Whenever I get a chance to, whenever I get a chance to try out different models, definitely will try to do that. So, until then, I'm signing off. You guys have an awesome Friday. Have a great weekend. And enjoy the weather. Spring in 1 week.